Let's go ahead and plan our garden for day 4 of garden chores.
The first step is going to be to draw your garden space. Grab some graph paper or a notebook. If you don't know the exact measurements right now, don't worry, just estimate. My garden beds are 6 foot by 3 foot, which is going to equal out to be 18 square foot. You also need to write on the outsides of each bed what you grew in it the last season, because we need to alternate our plants to reduce the risk for pests. This is one of my garden beds that I dedicate specifically to salad. I grow spinach, lettuce, and green onion in this bed. I already know the dimensions and how many plants I grow of each in this bed, so I'm going to go ahead and draw it and get it out of the way. The method we're using today is square foot gardening. In simple terms, square foot gardening is just a method of growing more plants in a small area. So we're going to be dividing our garden beds up by square footage to help us determine how many plants we're going to be planting. Bigger plants like tomatoes, peppers, and broccoli would need their own square footage. But carrots, on the other hand, you could plant 16 in 1 square foot. I'm adding a 7-foot trellis this year to my garden. I'll be growing cucumber on it during the spring and watermelon during the summer.
Although some things can be grown in a square foot, I wouldn't recommend it all the time. I did that with my tomatoes last year, but tomatoes need more room. They can grow in a square foot, but they can do even better with more room. So I'm going to give my tomatoes more room. I'm going to give my broccoli more room because they will grow bigger heads if they have more room. If you do have lack of space and you absolutely need to grow these in square foot, you can absolutely do that.
So while we are dividing our plant beds up by square footage, I want all of us to keep in mind that the size of that plant is going to be determined by the room that you give it. And this is my garden blueprint this year. Of course, things may change along the way, but at least we have an idea of how much food we can grow in our space.
This is how you plan your garden.